our topic for tonight. So we want to discuss more on like branding when it comes to online businesses, small businesses, and e-commerce. But before that, let's get to know our guests better. So Arinah is the head of branding and media, head of branding and media at IMAN Media Group. Can you share more about the IMAN brand and IMAN business? What do you guys do?
Okay, thank you, Mirul. So basically, IMAN brand, so I work as a IMAN Media Group, which is the parent company. For actually, we have three anak syarikat lah bawah IMAN Media. So IMAN Shop Bookstore, which is our online bookstore. We have physical bookstore actually, but we have to close it because of COVID lah, because of the PKP lah, because there's no traffic masuk kedai. So we have to close it. Dulu our bookstore tu dekat Sedang lah, dekat KTM Sedang. So then for now we are focused more on online bookstore lah. IMAN Publication is this publisher, which is book publishing. So they source our production product lah. And then the third one is IMAN Distribution. Mainly focus on the distribution punya service lah. Macam distribute our books throughout Malaysia lah. So to all macam all the bookstores that you see. Macam kalau kat Klang Valley ni, dekat Borders, dekat APH, dekat Popular. So but we also macam hantar send it to very small bookshop dekat Kelantan or Kedah. Yang I think siapa yang macam orang Kelantan kat sini mungkin familiar dengan SMO. So dekat macam Kelantan, macam PH dengan Popular tu macam they're not well known sangat. So they are focus more on SMO lah. So and then of course yang macam kedai-kedai buku yang macam bukanlah nak kata dia anak orang kata apa online punya, macam kalau cari diorang kat social media tak jumpa lah, they're not in social media, but they are orang yang macam ada kedai buku dekat negeri-negeri ni, and then we send our books. IMAN Distribution, dia punya job tu is to send our books lah dekat tempat-tempat kedai buku lah around Malaysia. So that's our three main business lah. So IMAN Media ni mostly is a share resources lah. We share the branding, we share the human resource punya department, and also the finance lah. So each company yang anak syarikat tu, dorang focus more on sales and marketing lah macam tu.
Allahu Akbar.
So that's a little bit about the IMAN business lah.
Oh, Allahu Akbar.
Okay. So in terms of your role, what role do you play as the head of branding? What do you actually do in the company?
Itulah, I mean, it's not like macam head of marketing, it's quite that straightforward, right? So branding ni is very hard to explain to people lah, so I try to make it simple as much as possible. So I categorize my job is two parts, external and internals. So internals ni mostly I work closely with the top management and also the people lah, the people management punya team. So it's about building culture within our team lah, so that daripada from the first day ataupun daripada interview what kind of people that we pick to join our company, from the orang kata apa, from macam masuk IMAN tu apa dia punya macam culture lah yang kita bina waktu orang tu masuk IMAN lah. So that's the internal part lah. So mostly I did not dictate lah. Mostly memang itu dah orang kata apa, dah dalam branding guideline dah di-discuss lah within the top management. My job is to ensure that benda tu culture, I mean our culture tu di-cultivate lah according to the company punya vision and mission. So usually I work together. I work closely with the PM.
Meaning branding too is not just the what people see, but it's also when it comes to macam hiring pun ada juga it means you are involved.
Betul.
Menarik. So that part pun is considered part of the brand juga lah.
Yes. So macam because I believe that kalau macam employees ni tak promote the brand, something is not right lah. So what makes people macam rasa proud when they say, oh, I work at IMAN. We want to feel like that lah. Macam bukannya, because usually people Okay, sorry. So when people like yelah macam we say that Iman buat apa or jual buku. So there's some perception, unfortunately there's some perception lah kan in our community, in our society yang macam kedai buku macam kalau kata apa macam quite it's a nerd, yeah, it's not a sexy industry lah. So it's not like macam tech company or it's not like macam fashion, a big name company kan. So we try to itulah yang kita nak bina lah, like macam you really have to proud kerja kat Iman lah macam tu. So benda tu again we instill lah that we have to work closely dengan people management community. We cannot do it alone obviously. Dengan dengan macam team buildings, dengan macam once a weekly, because right now we still in hybrid punya working condition, so how to ensure that macam even orang yang duduk jauh pun still connected with each other, that sort of things lah macam tu. So that's the internal part lah. The second one is external, which is like the outside lah. So how do we macam mana nak jaga brand messaging dengan visual Iman. So usually I jaga dua benda ni lah, the messaging and the visual. So the visual tu straightforward lah. So what kind of look dekat social media, dekat website, dekat semua all our our ni lah kan, touching point with our customer. Dengan juga brand messaging tu, how do we sound like dekat social media, what kind of copywriting do we put out there, macam tu lah. So my everyday job tu is different lah. So I don't have any, kalau marketing kan dia macam jelas lah. So dia macam ada campaign, you execute the campaign, you tengok results, you revise lah kan. So kalau tak capai target, kenapa tak capai target, then you come up with a different idea ke apa. So branding ni is never like macam never the same lah. So usually I always like macam my everyday tu tak sama lah macam semalam macam tu lah. So marketing tu dia dah ada rutin dia. So rutin dia quite sama je lah. So branding ni yang macam is a very masih lagi nak find adjustment. Because I've been in marketing for 9 years before this. So adjustment lah basically, nak tukar daripada marketing ke branding tu susah lah, because I think mindset tertukar sebab marketing ni is all about revenue kan. So macam revenue, sales, macam traffic. So you are very driven by results. Macam tu lah. Bukan nak kata branding tak result tapi branding ni dia long term sikit lah, dia panjang sikit perjalanan dia tu. So kena banyak sabar, kena communicate lah, that sort of things. So I think that's the two thing lah yang I do kat Iman.
It's quite interesting lah, especially yang internal tadi tu. So like going back to the internal tu, because I find this like fascinating, that this is part of branding kan. Usually kita nampak yang the external je. So boleh bagi contoh tak, like the criteria ke, like what is in your brand guideline when it comes to that internal?
First of all, macam diorang kena kenal lah siapa Iman. I mean, my job is to ensure that macam they know what Iman stands for, what is our vision and mission. And sometimes the hardest part is actually to translate that into layman terms. So let's say lah, we hire a fresh graduate, kan? And then they just start the first job at Iman. So macam dia tak familiar dengan fancy words ni. So we try to, like macam mana diorang rasa macam even orang yang balut buku, orang yang macam yang balut buku, that make sure that parcel tu sampai pada customer, we really want them to understand juga apa yang kita nak bawa ni, macam tu lah. So you're not just macam balut buku, but you actually to ensure that buku tu selamat sampai ke pembaca, dan pembaca pun dapatlah macam when they get the books tu, they get the experience tu, macam tu lah. So benda tu lah yang I have to, again, communication a lot. So my job memang mostly memang jumpa orang, communicate constantly. So benda tu obviously people tak adalah, walaupun kita letak kat website, kita letak kat social media, kita dah buat cantik dekat branding guideline kan, dah design cantik, tapi orang tak adalah tengok setiap hari kan. So to ensure that benda tu lah kot. So benda tu lah yang I always communicate dengan people management lah. So people management kan usually like macam cakap pasal macam pasal yelah macam apa yang benda lah kan, like macam apa polisi kita kan, waktu kerja pukul berapa, that sort of thing. So my job is to compliment them lah, mostly compliment them.
Like recently I've been studying a lot on employee advocacy. Dia macam your employees tu, okay, so you have that social media channels kan, and then your employees pun dia orang punya social media profiles. So let's say you have 10 employees, and then that's 10 people ataupun 10 channels yang diorang boleh promote kan about your brand, about your business. Is this something that you guys are doing?
We don't, tak adalah kita orang macam the first thing kita kata, okay, tukar profile. Like it is not like the thing that we say that, okay, sekarang ni tukar profile korang dekat social media, kata kerja kat IMAN. Tak adalah macam tu. So we do it like in subtle way lah. Then obviously because we want them to feel belonging kan dekat company kita tu. So benda tu pun take time lah. Nak rasa belonging, nak rasa diorang macam part of us, part of the journey together. So just not, it's very hard lah because usually nak tukar shift mindset yang macam, oh, it's just a job. It's a 9 to 5 punya job. Because people mindset macam tu kan, it's a 9 to 5 punya job. Aku buat kerja aku, dapat gaji, dah lah balik. But it has to be more than that lah. So because you spend a lot of time dekat workplace. So benda tu lah yang the challenge part lah. So not everyone understand that. I don't actually, tak adalah I suruh my team kata, tak adalah I stop sekat orang pada social media kan. Kata, kenapa dia tak tukar kerja kat IMAN ke, tak adalah.
Tapi ada lah yang buat macam tu.
Ada. Mostly diorang buat kat LinkedIn lah. LinkedIn dengan Twitter diorang lah.
Okay, menarik. So you've been in marketing kan before this, and now you're more on the branding part, right? What would you say is the biggest difference lah from when you were in marketing and then now you are focusing purely on the branding itself? The pace kot, the different pace. I would say marketing is all about the sprint, branding all about the marathon. So itu nak adjustment tu lah. Maksudnya macam because you sangat selesa kot, macam dia biasa sangat dengan sprint tu. So bila nak macam take a step back and then macam kalau kata relax sikit lah, tu nak adjustment lah macam tu. So memang marketing is all about the hustle lah. Maksudnya macam every week nak tengok balik revenue, tak capai target. Every month kena ada target traffic kan, nak kena masuk, ada banyak revenue nak kena masuk, ada banyak ads nak kena buat, that sort of thing. So that's sort of macam hustle punya work ni lah kan. But right now branding ni is all more about the thinking, about looking at the orang kata apa daripada from the top up lah kan, from the macam eager view kan, daripada atas. So obviously I think that's the biggest difference lah kot between marketing and branding lah. So in terms of contribution to the company too, is it something that you guys measure, ataupun if you are, like, what do you look at?
I think benda tu pun benda yang besar jugalah because we don't want to like clash dengan marketing kan. So ada numbers marketing tengok, ada numbers branding tengok. So the marketing obviously the traffic, the revenue lah. So traffic tu bawa tak pada revenue. So tu diorang punya ni. So our job is mainly about the awareness lah, the awareness, how many people aware of IMAN. So basically kita orang measure by followers dengan email subscribers lah. So because that's the top of the funnel kan. So kalau macam susah juga sebab sebelum ni macam we don't have any proper branding department apa tu. So sebelum ni the funnel, marketing funnel tu semua marketing pegang. From the top sampailah ke bawah kan, semua marketing pegang. The whole thing. So bila pecah tu, maknanya macam bila marketing and branding tu dah separate, we decide to do like that lah. So the first awareness top bottom tu memang dipegang oleh branding, which is itu pun sebenarnya kan, I mean like macam how do people find out about us, why do they follow us, that sort of things. And then bawah tu bawa ke traffic tu, and then onwards tu bawa ke marketing department lah, macam tu. So bukanlah kata lega, maksudnya macam I also lebih fokus more on the engagement, more focus on building community, building engagement. So that's the numbers yang I kena pegang lah.
Yeah, I see. Okay. So so our listeners mostly it's like doing some kind of online business kan. So in their case, macam what is branding? Macam kalau kita cakap, you kena build brand, you kena buat branding. What does that mean? Like, what advice can you give to them in terms of branding ni? Ataupun is it necessary lah untuk buat benda ni? And if yes, apa yang diorang kena buat sebenarnya?
Soalan yang selalu orang ni tanya kepada saya. yes, you need to do branding, tapi it be very minimal effort. If you just start up your business ataupun you are contohnya a small business ke apa kan, you still need a branding, because right now when time are very especially with the time sekarang ni, where the economy is not doing very good, orang kata apa, the politics pun tak stabil. I mean, there's a lot of things going on outside kan. So why do customer need to buy from us? Macam tu lah. Why they need to choose us? Macam tu. So branding, macam orang still belanja, people still spending money, but they are very very careful. Maknanya people still, tak adalah macam orang terus stop belanja ke tidak. Orang still belanja, tapi are very selective to the brand yang diorang macam prefer ataupun trust. So if I was a business, contohnya I just started a business kan, so I will do a very minimal effort lah. So at least ada benda-benda basic I kena cover. Contohnya macam I kena jelas lah who is my target market. Itu kena confirm, kena tahulah who is my target market. Your business name, tu business name tu sebenarnya branding lah kan. Business name, your logo, your slogan, the look of your brand. You nak macam nak fun ke, you nak serious ke, you nak professional ke. The look of your brand tu lah yang kena settlekan. And then apply je lah branding tu throughout your business. So maknanya macam at least get that macam basic done macam tu. So from there barulah you buat marketing. For me, that's my advice lah. Maknanya don't spend a lot of time on branding, because kalau tak ada duit kan nak ada business. So my advice is, kalau you baru nak start business ataupun you baru nak macam start up ke apa ke, spend a little bit of minimal effort lah kat situ. So your name, your logo, the how do you look like, macam your personality kan. So your colours, semua tu, and then ensure that every branding, you punya branding punya packaging ni spread out lah kat throughout, at least to your website, to your e-commerce website, dengan juga you punya social media pun dah okay dah. And then fokus lah bina kata apa, marketing. I mean, for me, even IMAN macam sebelum ni kan tak ada department branding kan. So after 10 years actually, so we are now IMAN dah 10 tahun. So dah 10 tahun barulah ada branding punya department lah, macam tu. So sebelum ni tak pernah berani lah request daripada top management nak ada branding department. So ni memang marketing je. Memang hassle lah again. So bila dah 10 tahun ni, we need to start macam look macam beyond lah kan, daripada just still sedang marketing lah. Macam tu. So that would be my advice lah.
I think like for me, positioning in the your positioning in the market tu pun boleh consider like branding lah in a way. Sebab
Setuju.
macam sekarang competitors ramai. Even let's say lah you tak ada competitors langsung, but there are still alternatives to your product. Macam coffee, alternative dia is competitor dia bukan coffee yang lain, tapi teh kan, matcha tea, energy drinks. These are all alternatives, but they're not the same product. So competitors memang ramai, alternatives memang banyak. So how do you position yourself in the market so that either you stand out ataupun orang kenal you sebagai apa? You are expert in a certain segment of the market ke apa kan. So that is positioning. So I think itu pun penting lah sekarang ni for you for you to stand out.
I agree. I mean, there's two things je sebenarnya dalam business ni nak main. You nak main cost leader ataupun you nak main differentiation. Ya, tu je lah. I mean, kat Malaysia ni apa-apa pun, you dua ni je. You nak paling murah ke ataupun you nak macam paling macam lain. Itu je. Susah lah. I mean it's very macam you nak macam go beyond, nak go macam something yang macam inovatif ke. I mean we're not there yet lah.
Yalah, contoh like I think benda yang paling simple macam your voice in social media kan. Macam there's so many things benda yang you boleh cakap and how you say it. So kalau cakap benda sama je macam orang lain, then you know you are basically the same thing.
Sama je lah.
And everybody's competing for that 3% of the market yang ready to buy tu. So you have to be top of mind, get people to know you sebagai apa. And I think that's important. So that's not really like logo ke apa. It's very simple. Even what you say on social media tu pun dah kira macam ke arah branding dah sebenarnya, building your brand. Alright, menarik. Okay, so think we can go for last question lah. So what's needed to build your brand? Macam social media presence ke, website ke, content ke?
I would say macam ada a few things lah. So macam social media, apa tu website tu semua adalah outcome kan. Macam kita punya macam platform atau channel kita nak ceritakan pasal kita punya branding ataupun business kan. So macam obviously macam ada certain things that you need that macam you punya tadi tu lah, you mention about your identity, your personality tu. So how do you sound like dekat social media? How do you write in social media? What is your stand kan macam tu. So benda tu pun dah kira macam dah part of your brand building tu lah. What is your identity and personality tu. So benda tu itu just one part lah. So you have to then personality dan identity ni you tak boleh nak macam it has to represent you juga. You cannot macam go fast sangat. Sebab tu yang macam founder of the business tu penting lah juga kan. I mean for them to like macam set the tone awal-awal. So supaya macam let's say lah kalau founder tu dah tak ada ke ataupun because the business has to go on macam tu. So like say founder dia tak ada ataupun CEO bertukar orang ke, the brand tu still consistent macam tu lah. So for me the biggest thing yang macam kena settlekan dulu when it comes to brand ni, identity, personality. So macam you nak again lah positioning kan, you nak orang perceive you as apa. Kan ada macam ada 12, kalau you guys Google ada 12 personality types, archetypes actually kat luar sana. So when you look at macam brand like Apple, lain kan perception kita kepada orang tu, kepada brand tu. When I mention about Red Bull, there are certain perception kan dekat minda kita. Let's say lah you guys could pergi ke grocery store kan. I usually do this I do this exercise lah, pergi grocery store, tengok branding, tengok water, tengok macam tengok water kan, tengok macam air mineral dekat grocery store tu, dekat rak-rak tu, macam tu. So beza lah antara daripada spritzer, daripada cactus sampailah ke branding yang macam air mineral yang paling mahal, which is Fiji nama brand Fiji ataupun yang paling mahal sekali tu tak ingatlah pula. Tapi maksudnya itulah, what kind of perception lah you nak orang dapat macam bila orang first dengar your brand ke, your name, apa perception tu. So I think that's the number one. Number two is your image lah. So image ni sebenarnya reputation, social media. So and what kind of value ataupun social media, content yang you cakap ataupun you present dekat social media tu. So before I jaga marketing kan, so I memang jagalah setiap content post dekat social media tu. Maknanya before keluar tu I kena tengok dulu macam tu. So I macam kena ensure lah, macam kena balance kan antara posting yang menjual dengan posting yang memberi value kepada orang. So benda tu kena balance lah, tak boleh just sell je kan. You have to give back to the people, you have to give value to people. Apa yang orang dapat daripada punya posting tu, macam tu lah. And then last kali culture lah. So culture ni values lah actually. So benda ni you tak boleh tipu lah. So it is who you are. So let's say macam, are you a reliable punya branding? Are you an honest branding macam tu lah. So benda ni selalu bila ada isu. Benda ni penting bila ada isu. Contohnya macam, I will not say any brand lah, I takkan mention apa-apa brand kat sini. So let's say contoh lah, you dah capai certain followers, you dah ramai, orang kata you punya community besar, and then you start to sell things lah kan, jual benda, and then you cannot deliver it. There's an issue in the operation ataupun fulfillment punya matter. Itu pun affect your branding. People get mad kan, you kan, macam kenapa ni tak sampai barang aku ni, bising kat social media. So benda tu pun you kena control kan. How do you respond to that issue? Ada orang dia akan ambil stand lah, senyap je lah, okay, senyap. Ada orang dia akan macam cakap, okay, we make a mistakes, we apologize. So kita try to come up with the cara lah kan, nak ni balik lah kan, nak bersihkan lah sort of kita punya branding tu. So that's actually come with culture lah. So kalau yang macam yang macam contohnya Uber kan, dia mention juga, okay. So Uber kan dia macam quite famous lah kan dengan dia orang punya macam sort of toxic culture. Mana dia macam they blame the customer, not macam dia orang ambil responsibility. So that kind of things lah. So I think as you grow your business, mungkin waktu you start awal-awal ni mungkin you tak terfikir pun benda ni. I understand. Because right now you punya focus maybe nak revenue, nak stabilkan je your PB business. Tapi along the way tu, when you dah grow kan, so you dah macam dah start hire orang, benda tu. So benda ni lah yang kena instillkan lah dalam hidup your business lah. So yeah, that's my take lah.
Okay, quick follow up on that. Must it come from the founder? What if the founder tu dia macam dia tak nak ambil part benda ni, ataupun dia tak nak ke depan, ataupun in terms of voice tu dia tak ada idea or anything like that. So kalau in that case, macam mana the company nak build a brand?
Ada a few ways. Cara yang mahal adalah hiring branding consultant lah. Itu dah cara yang mahal lah. So Brian hire consultant, they do everything for you lah. So you ada duit, boleh. Unfortunately in this life you only have two things lah, time and money. So kalau you ada duit, you hire brand consultant, diorang buat semua untuk you lah. Tapi dia akan grueling you juga sebenarnya. So at the day consultant pun in the end, this is your business, not them. Bukan diorang punya business pun. This is your business. Why you doing this? And and then if you don't have any money, you have to spend time lah. I mean, doing research, finding out like macam again lah, what is your macam ke depan your business ni? How do we macam ke depan tu kan? Macam tu. What is your vision for your business ataupun your brand kan? Macam tu lah. So sometimes actually walaupun contohnya founder kan tak nak ambil kisah ke, they say that macam I don't have time lah, macam I need to focus on other aspect of the business kan. Macam tu. It's quite common lah juga kan. So I think just speak with the team lah kot. Maknanya orang-orang yang kerja dengan bawah, kenapa nak kerja dengan company tu macam tu lah. So kadang sekarang ni macam kita orang macam fokus on orang-orang muda dia lah, orang-orang bawah macam orang yang ni macam orang semangat lah, so get orang punya that orang kata apa spirit tu, and then bring it to the culture, bring it to the table, macam listen lah tu orang punya ideas. You be surprised lah dengan orang-orang muda ni. I feel like macam diorang ni macam banyak salah faham kan, macam diorang ni macam memilih kerja lah, malas lah. I think for us, I usually my our TikTok pun actually dia handle by our intern actually, macam tu. So that's how I trust them lah, macam tu. So benda tu lah kot. So I think benda tu yang macam kena balance lah kot antara so what choice do you have kan, kalau tak mampu nak buat ke apa ke, you still have a effort lah juga kat situ lah.
So it's not a solo effort lah. It's not just one person driving, and it's either maybe you have co-founders ke,
exactly,
your employees ke, diorang pun boleh drive the brand juga.
Betul.
Okay. Alright, so I think all good down in terms of the branding semua tu. So I think we can just go into live Q&A lah. So if you have anyone yang nak tanya soalan, so really take this opportunity lah. So I've run out of questions lah. So you guys, I don't know if you guys have other questions in your mind, boleh je nak tanya. Okay, so do we have any questions? Take this opportunity. Tak ada soalan ke? So semua okay kan? Just unmute yourself lah. Tak, sebab tak ramai pun.
Sebab branding ni ialah baru lagi
Yeah. I would say it's like macam as a small business kan, it's something yang kita tak fikir. Macam kita nampak branding ni pun, even examples pun macam company-company besar. Kan? So it's like, kita tak nak buat branding, nak buat marketing kan. But for me, it goes hand in hand lah. Branding makes marketing easier.
Betul.
Sebab I'm in marketing, I've been in marketing, dia jadi susah. Bila kita masuk company tu, company dia tak clear guideline in terms of dia punya values, dia punya voice and identity. Bila kita nak buat marketing tu macam end up marketing je yang akan decide kan. And it doesn't align lah with the company. So kalau it really depends on who we hire, nanti branding tu ikut dia pula. And so just not something that we want. Okay, ni kita ada soalan. Okay, dia chat je from Azwan. So selain branding and marketing, what are essentials part yang boleh highlight to be competitive?
I think your product lah in the end of the day. Nak because I think your product has to be outstanding ataupun your service lah. So either or product ataupun service. For example kita orang this is like macam real life example lah for us. Okay, lately baru-baru ni kita ada pesta buku antarabangsa Kuala Lumpur early June I think, and one of our product actually sold out like macam letak je habis. Dia macam memang macam pisang goreng lah. Buku kan is a novel, is a English fiction novel macam tu. So then from outside kita orang tak predict pun benda tu. We don't like macam tak ada pun dalam kita orang punya planning marketing or branding, tak ada pun dalam kita kena highlightkan buku ni, kita kena make sure buku ni ada banyak dekat dalam store, tak ada. We don't plan it. But we find out it's actually got trending dekat TikTok. So dekat TikTok ada this community called Book Talk lah. So Book Talk, BOOKTOK. So there's a TikTok but ada Book Talk punya community. So diorang share pasal buku ni dekat TikTok. Not macam kita orang tak hire pun orang ni. We don't even hire all this UGC ke influencer ke, tak ada. It's because of the product itself. Maknanya diorang share. They feel that macam the book it resonate with them. Diorang share dan terus jadi viral dan terus macam dahsyat lah. So dia punya penerimaan tu macam memang we are actually very very surprised lah macam tu, sampai memang panik lah because kertas pun dah habis kat kilang. So it's a supply chain issue around the world apparently. So but the demand is still high. Orang datang ke booth kita orang, ada tak buku ni, everyone showing the screenshot of the TikTok video. So we try to like macam apa benda ni. So most of them yang beli datang tu memang tak kenal pun IMAN. They don't even know about us, about IMAN. They don't even know about the author. They don't even know about about IMAN shop ke, about our booth ke, tak ada. Memang it's all about the product tu. Memang diorang nak cari the buku, the fiction tu. So I believe the same thing others jugalah. So I think kalau beside marketing and branding kan, I mean branding and marketing ni pun like macam like setakat mana je we can do, you know. So macam kita boleh lah macam guna fancy words. We can use like macam very impressive punya cerita, stories kan of a brand. Since kita orang memang publisher dengan bookstore, kita orang pandai lah kan buat story ataupun buat fancy words ni kan, sebab it's our daily life kan. So but in the day kalau produk tu tak orang tak boleh nak relate, orang tak boleh nak resonate, orang macam tak rasa produk ni solve their problems, orang tak, it is pointless lah. All the marketing or branding effort in the world pun takkan mampulah nak menjual benda tu. So as a business owner, obviously sebab tu yang business owner ni kena hire orang kan, kita tengok like every part. So actually editor, kalau dalam proses hiring dalam IMAN editor is a very very selective. We never open position for editor. We select our own editor. So kita tak adalah keluar cari siapa nak kerja editor dekat IMAN, tak ada. We self select our editor because they are the one yang bring the brand voice tu kepada orang luar, kepada IMAN ni, kepada orang luar through our product. So a lot of people surprise come to me and they say that macam nak terbit buku dengan IMAN. So this is the macam the inside punya benda lah. So we never tell this anyone. Our editor actually co-writing with our author. So what we do is like sebenarnya content tu datang daripada editor kita orang. So editor kita orang find what is the gap in the market. Apa yang orang selalu cakap-cakap dekat social media, apa yang orang selalu macam rasa there's a lot of question dekat social media, apa yang orang mencari dekat luar tu. So our editor find out the topic ataupun the title, and then dia cari penulis yang sesuai dengan that topic macam tu. Contohlah, for example, psychology kan, a lot of mental health issue. So benda ni always like people talk about kan kat luar sana. So our editor come up with the layout, the outline, apa nak kena cakap, dia approach lah macam specialist ataupun experts dalam bidang tu. Contohnya IMAN, psychologist kan, IMAN Amri. Approach him, kata, hey, do you want to write with IMAN? So diorang macam hantar, tapi yang sederhanakan bahasa tu adalah editor. Because expertise ni bila diorang hantar tu macam full of data, full of facts, full of macam ya Allah macam baca apa dia macam oh my god, dia macam sangat macam baca university punya stuff lah, which is kita tak nak. So our job is to make people understand macam benda yang simple pun, macam mental health tu. So that's why I think kenapa our product tu boleh berjaya lah, because we really try to tone down bahasa-bahasa yang susah ni to orang yang macam boleh, macam orang biasa pun boleh baca, macam orang yang tak banyak baca buku pun boleh faham, macam tu. So benda tu lah, because our vision ataupun our mission tu macam kita orang memang nak improve people's life. Kita orang nak improve people's life with our content. Itu je. So improve dari segi apa? Improve dari segi you punya everything lah, your whole life, macam from your spiritual to your physical to your financial to your mental health to your professional to your relationship with your loved ones, semua tu. So itu yang macam IMAN focus on lah. So we try to macam obviously banyak lagi lah kan kerja nak kena, banyak lagi buku nak kena terbit, but we still slowly nak build up ke sana lah. Hope we answer the question, Azwan. Panjang pula aku cerita.
good insight. Macam let me just add on to that. Macam for me, aside from macam branding dan marketing ni, I think something yang important when it comes to being competitive is distribution. So bila kita tengok the base of the keyword tu, the word distribution tu, what it means is getting in front of people lah. That is distribution. So it can be many things. That's why macam businesses dia suka buat, especially Malaysia, local brands dia suka buat agent system. Sebab agent system tu is their distribution. Is the distribution channel ataupun wholesaler, stockist kan. But distribution can also be relate with branding and marketing. Macam kita punya message tu sampai tak ke orang. Usually like I get in my DMs, orang tanya macam dia orang tak ada follower, macam mana nak naikkan follower. So the reason you tak ada follower sebab they don't know you exist. You tak ada distribution. So first you kena tengok lah you punya distribution of content. So you boleh tengok dari segi tu, that is marketing. Kalau not related to marketing, macam distribution of the product itself lah. So masuk you punya product dekat marketplaces, masuk you punya product dekat tempat yang ada ramai orang. So that one word distribution can mean a lot of things and it's very powerful. So kalau you nak competitive, memang your distribution tu it has to be good. How, like what kind of distribution you buat tu, that is up to your business lah. You nak buat business model macam mana kan. Tapi as long as you faham, okay, you have to be really good in distribution. Either it's your message ke, either it's your product tu, or whatever lah. Dia kena sampai lah dekat orang. Kalau tak sampai ke orang, it doesn't mean anything. You buat TikTok ke apa nak promote you punya business, tapi kalau tak sampai dekat orang tak tahu macam mana dia nak follow. So I think that one word distribution tu is quite powerful lah when it comes to business. So it's not just related to marketing, but for me, it's mostly used in marketing lah. Sebab I buat marketing kan. So this is a concept that I've been studying. Macam doesn't matter what platform you use to. Are you doing distribution? Is your content to getting in front of people? Nak tu je yang sebenarnya first. Kalau tak, that's why you're not getting followers. That's why you're not getting sales. That's why your business is not growing. Sebab distribution tu tak ada. And before the online digital businesses ni, this is something that diorang buat, this distribution kan. You have your wholesale, manufacturer, wholesale into retail. That's basically it. Now you have more channels. You nak masuk Shopee ke, you nak buat your own website ke apa. As long as distribution tu betul, you have the distribution, you reach people. Kalau tak, they don't know you exist, and then how can you be competitive in the first place? So that's my thought lah. This aside from branding and marketing. Okay, any other question? Pasha, ada soalan?
I have actually one question in building like branding lah. I have a marketing. Dulu I buat marketing, but at the same time I macam get slowly into branding, but I don't know if I should do branding on social media first, or is it like building a community first? I'm confused between which one is more important. Like that.
Okay, so macam nak confirmkan. I mean, is it the right question? So either you want to do social media first ataupun nak buat social media dulu ke ataupun
I
building
don't know
first?
the distributions to which one first. Like, is it
Okay.
important for like social media first, or like I build a community first? Because right now I read like community is very important for nowadays business. Yep.
Betul. Actually, I agree. Mana satu yang penting Actually, it depends on your business lah. I mean, macam benda tu, every business different kan. I mean, it depends on your business model. It depends on your community. Where is your community at? So I always tell my team this and everyone lah, yang macam at the end of the day, who is your audience? Who is your customer? So if your customer ada dekat social media, focus on social media. So for our business content memang dekat social media lah. So we start from social media. And then start build up from there lah. We sort of macam, hey, let's take our build up a newsletter and also Telegram untuk engage dengan our community. So meaning that macam our funnel tu, so let's say you need to build your funnel lah. So you have to decide dekat top of the funnel tu apa activity dia. So you want to get distribution kan, maknanya macam okay, what's the first thing yang macam orang kena tahu dulu pasal you. Contoh, let's say lah, obviously because I think you mesti nak macam jimat marketing course kan. So you start benda yang free ataupun benda yang macam again tak makan duit banyak. So start dengan social media. Ataupun you can start with articles. Again, depends on your business. You can start with articles yang ada keywords yang orang cari dekat Google. But ni game SEO ni game lain-lain. So game SEO ni is a very long term dan ada teknik dia lah yang I will not mention here lah macam tu. So you can start anything, maknanya social media ke, you can start with that macam distribution. But at the end of the day, kat mana you punya audience, then I believe that dua-dua ni kena actually complement each other lah. So maknanya at the same time ada distribution your product ke ataupun your content ke, at the same time kena ada orang juga yang jaga like macam hey, siapa yang nak macam ensure that we have this a new macam new customer. And of course, nak existing customer ni, how to ensure that macam diorang tak lari ataupun tak lupa dengan kita kan, that sort of thing. So, I think benda ni macam kita orang pun kat IMAN pun memang dulu dijaga oleh seorang je lah. Daripada atas sampai bawah, one person only jaga benda tu. So, from the awareness punya funnel, sampailah ke action tu. Sampailah ke kita nak macam kita nak re-engage balik dengan diorang kan. So, kita hantar email, kita hantar code kan, discount code kat diorang. So macam hey, remember us, you pernah beli dengan kita orang macam tu. Sebab itulah e-commerce sangat penting. Tiba promote di store kan. So sebab e-commerce ni kenapa penting, sebab kita data customer. Kalau beli kat Shopee, bukanlah kata Shopee tu bagus lah, because I think Shopee tu memang dia traffic yang sangat tinggi lah, I believe. But then Shopee ni kita tak pegang tau customer tu. Customer tu actually milik Shopee. Macam tu lah. So, bila ada e-commerce ni, one thing I believe that bila ada e-commerce website ni, kita ada customer kita sendiri lah. Macam tu. So, that's why kita ada data diorang dan kita boleh engage bincang-bincang community dengan diorang tu lah. Macam engage with them through emails, engage them through Facebook group kan. Facebook group. Again, terpulang, I mean, how's the audience to behave lah. Macam mana. So, I hope that answered your question, Pasha.
Alright, thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to add on to that. Another thing that you can look at is, ini depends on your niche lah, atau your segment kan, or your product ke apa kan, your product category. Dah ada existing macam interest ataupun hobi ke tak? Contoh, I bagi contoh, perfume. So perfume ni yang branded perfume, designer brands, niche brands, dah memang ada interest dengan benda ni. Kalau dekat US ke apa, diorang memang dah ada community dia. Tapi dekat Malaysia, dululah like few years back, we was mostly on forums, forums macam tu lah. Tapi in terms of community tu tak nampak sangat. It's just like people asking questions and then people answering. So tak ada lagi lah community. And then somebody goes and creates a Facebook group, Malaysia Fragrance Community. And then suddenly ramai orang masuk. It's something that they've been looking for. Sebab perfume ni memang kita orang suka sharing, suka like talk about perfume, and also people want to know what are other people's review feedback on the perfume, and it like naturally becomes a community. It's just needed somebody to curate that community, moderate that community, create like a tangible platform lah for the community, for people to share their ideas, for people to communicate with each other. Sama lah kita tengok benda-benda macam suami masak apa hari ni, and that kind of group. So it's based around certain interests. So you tengok kat situ dulu. Kalau your product category tu dia dah ada ke existing interest, then it's natural lah to create a community behind that. Ataupun you join a community. So community ni, it doesn't have to be your own community. You create your community. So banyak silap lah that I see businesses make is they create like Facebook group and then call it a community and trying to get people inside. Tapi what happens, it just becomes another social media channel. So it's not really a community. Community ni macam the people in the community, they communicate amongst each other, and it's not just your business communicating to them. And so that's something that you need to think about. Kalau tak ada benda tu, then just stick with social media. Sebab social media pun like you're sharing on Twitter ke, you're sharing on Instagram, Facebook, not the group kan. Tu pun dah kira community jugalah if you have followers. In a way tu pun like building up a community. So you can start with that dulu. Alright.
Thank you, Amirul.